Hi friends, myself Ankur, research scholar at Department of Physics, IIT Roorkee. In this video, I will be briefly presenting our recently published work, which is titled as Artificial Intelligence and Conventional Method for Ultrasound Computed Tomography Projection Data Estimation. One can find the complete article at the provided link in the video description. Later, I will be talking about the motivation, the apparatus used for carrying out the experiment, methodology, algorithm of the methods, results, and finally the conclusion. A computer tomography system scans the specimen to produce the projection data. Here, in this video, we can see that as the number of views are changing, projection data corresponding to that particular view is being generated. Combining all the projection data, we will get a complete sinogram of the object. This sinogram data is used to reconstruct the final profile of the specimen. A typical ultrasound CT system generates a large amount of data that increases manifold as we go for high number of projections. Also, the distortion in the signal due to various types of noise further increase the level of rigorousness. Thus, a suitable signal processing algorithm it needs to be applied. Also, the method should collect the data automatically and process it to extract the projection data efficiently. In this study, we have developed custom codes for signal processing based on the embedded analysis technique. The download codes are based on the conventional signal processing techniques and AI-based techniques. To test the applicability of the methods, a dataset is being generated using an in-house developed ultrasound CT system. This CT system consists of two air-coupled ultrasound transducers, which are acting as a emitter and a receiver. A wave generator is used to trigger the emitting ultrasound transducer. A digital scope is used to acquire the generated data. A control level platform is used to linearly translate the object and also rotate it. A data processing system is also attached to perform the necessary data processing algorithms. A video link of the complete scanning process is provided in the video description. To carry out the experiment, we have triggered the emitter using a frequency of 1.5 MHz, a write time of 10.4 nanosecond, fall time of 8.4 nanosecond, and a duty cycle of 4.32%. Scanning measurement corresponding to the 40 linear translation and 40 rotations, assuming linear propagation of ultrasound waves are obtained. In the whole scanning process, total 1600 data files are generated. A total of 5 methods are developed under two main categories: conventional techniques and AI techniques. Conventional methods include gradient search, fast Fourier transform based methods, Wheeler transform based methods, and AI based technique includes artificial neural network and support vector machine based methods. To train the AI based methods, 5 data files are used. Each data file consists of 50,000 to sample data points. For the analysis, K-T1 theorem is used to check the consistency of the generated projection data. The digital phantom of the specimen is used to quantify the error in the reconstruction of the specimen profile. Also, a comparative study of this method based on the preference parameters such as accuracy, F1 score, recall, precision, specificity, and MCC coefficient has been carried out. In figure a single data file is shown which consists of 50,002 data points, and there are 7 web packets are present in each data file, which can be seen in the form of peaks and troughs. In figure B, C, and D, The amplitude distortion error has been shown, which commonly affects the ultrasound signal processing. The method algorithm follows as: first, selecting the input parameters to carry out the experiment, then classifying the acquired data as noisy or transmission data. In the gradient search method, first we have to detect the data if there is any significant trend so that we can easily detect the peaks and troughs. Then windowing techniques to classify data into several wave packets. Then detecting the peaks in each wave packet, and then detecting the troughs in each wave packet. Then synchronizing the peaks and troughs with respect to time. Then selecting the peaks and troughs with the minimum distance so that peaks and troughs are located corresponding to each other. Then selecting the transmission peak, which is referred to the peaks with minimum with peak with maximum amplitude, and then calculating the amplitude of that corresponding peak and trough, and repeating all these steps to generate the projection data for all files. In the transform method, first we have to convert the time domain signal into frequency domain. Then in FFT method, we are applying the thresholding and windowing techniques to detect the wave packets, and in wavelet method, applying the signal energy calculation to detect the wave packets. Then detecting the transmission peaks in each wave packet, then detecting the corresponding troughs, then selecting the peaks and troughs with maximum amplitude and carrying out the amplitude analysis, and finally generating the projection data. For the AI-based methods, first classifying the data into the training set and the test set, then extracting the features required to classify the data, then providing the test data packets to the testing models, and then the model detects the peaks based on the classification, and if the peak detected actually corresponds to the transmission peaks, then giving it label 1, otherwise giving it label 0, and then detecting the corresponding troughs, then carrying out the same procedure as the previous methods, amplitude analysis, and then generating the projection data for all the files. In this figure, the results corresponding to the performance parameters, which are accuracy, FN score, recall, precision and specificity, MCC, are shown. Here we can see that the gradient, FFT, and wavelet methods are performing at par with respect to the AI-based methods in all of the parameters. And if we see in the conventional method, the FFT transform method is performing best. In this figure, we have shown the KT theorem analysis and error in the reconstruction. KT1 theorem analysis is used to check the consistency of the generated projection data using each of the methods. From KT1 analysis, we can see that the SVM and ANR method are performing better. R square is used as a quantifying parameter for KT1 analysis. A digital phantom of the specimen is used to quantify the error in the reconstruction of the specimen. In figure A, B, C, D, E, and F, sinogram and the reconstruction of the specimen profile is being shown corresponding to the projection data generated using each of the methods. In figure G, we have plotted the nominal RMSE in reconstruction with respect to the phantom. From the histogram, we can see that the ANN method is performing better in RMSE in reconstruction. From the analysis, we can conclude that the comparative performance parameter shows that the conventional signal processing techniques are performing better in extracting the projection data when compared to the AI techniques, and fast Fourier transform based method is performing better in comparison to the other methods. While from the root mean square analysis and KT1 analysis suggest that the artificial neural network based method is giving better reconstruction. And from the analysis, we can also say that the support vector machine based method have a nearly equal R square value for KT1 analysis, but having a slightly high root mean square error in the reconstruction. Thank you.